Okay, the first thing I want to do before we do other group, or thinking for a change, I want to have a process group with this whole entire unit because, as you guys know, I've been here for a couple days, and out of 12 messages I had today, 7 messages had to do with behavior problems that were going on in the unit. I've heard, we've had people battering staff, we've had people urinating under doors, we've had a lot going on. So I want to see, from your guys' perspective, what is going on in this unit that is leading to this negative behavior, and how can we change it? Because you guys are 17 and a half and older. It's time to start, putting, most of you have been here a long time, been through most of the groups, putting into place what we've learned. And, what's going on in this unit. If there are things going on where people are scared to be in here, people are having their own problems, this is the time we're going to talk about, so that way we have a better productive unit. So that way people can start doing what they need to do to go home. And the big thing, remember, this is group. I want you to be polite to one another. If you have a problem with somebody, we can discuss that. But I don't want this group to be where we're going to be attacking one another and yelling and, causing a scene. If you guys have to say, raise your hand. There's a way to say, everybody know how to do constructive criticism. Does anybody know what that is? It's a way of, if you don't like something that maybe somebody's doing, it's a way of saying it and not being disrespectful, not being hurtful or mean or rude. If somebody's calling me a name, I'm not going to be very happy about that, am I? No. But there's a way for me to call, to talk to this person and be like, you know what? I really don't like it when you call me this name. That upsets me, instead of me attacking that person and yelling and calling them names. Right? Yes? No? Did that make sense to anybody? Yeah? So if you have a problem you want to discuss, just think of basically say it the way you would want somebody to say it to you. And just be respectful of one another, so that way we can work stuff out. So who wants to start? Who's got an idea of why there's been some negative behaviors in this unit? Go ahead.
You want the spotlight?
You want a spotlight, Brody?
Literally. From my point, I think shit, because some of these officers, a lot of us don't get along with some of these officers because they come in with attitude problems.
Take it out on us.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Like when they have a bad day at home or wherever, they come in and they don't want to let us out our rooms when it's time. Because most of it happen on the night shift most of the time. They come in, don't want to let us out for showers when we supposed to. So when we do end up doing showers, we won't get out till 8:30. Then we lock right back down after 8:45 count and go right back in our rooms. Or they just come in, just leave us in our rooms. Don't want to lock no doors. They want to sit down, watch TV and shit. Personally, I don't think they should have no TV all night.
Edit that.
Edit that.
So, and that's something right now, we're working with getting all the officers on the same page. It is hard when you have different officers coming in and out, because everybody runs their unit, the way differently, yeah. And it's hard when you have one officer that likes it this way and another officer likes it this way, of getting on that same page. So we're working on correcting that problem right now. What I'm more concerned about, when I want to talk to this group, is your guys' own behavior. Because, admit it, sometimes this unit, you all laugh because you know what goes on in this unit, right?
I know what
Yeah.
reason too.
No offense, but half of you guys have, been in SEG for a while. We still haven't gotten everybody back. And there continues, when on a daily basis I'm getting reports of problems. I want, besides I don't like the officers, they make us do this, they don't make us do that. I want this to be a time where we can confront each other about our behaviors. You know, if somebody's doing something really good that you may think may help you, say, hey, you know what, Wilkins? When you told me it's not worth it, you know, it's better to go home than do this, and that helped me, you know, if you see me this way again, let me know. So that way, you know, it will help me again. Or, you know what? When you act up and throw toilet paper all over the unit,
That's immature.
it's immature, and hey, it gets us locked in our rooms and we lose our privileges because we can't get you on track. We're all grown people. I cannot control you. You can't control one another, correct? The only person that can control you is you. You're the one that has to make the choices of, yes, I'm going to do right. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. I want to go home, or, hey, I'm going to make this a free-for-all, and I'm going to have so much fun, and I'm going to mess up things, and I don't care who it affects. Because your behavior doesn't just affect you. It affects this entire unit. And like I've explained before, your behaviors in the unit sometimes even affect me being able to do my job efficiently when I have to deal with other things. So, who has a comment about each other's, we're talking about just the offender behavior in this unit. Go ahead.
Followers. Like they see one person do something, everybody want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Do you guys agree? There's a lot of followers in this unit. A lot, huh? Explain peons to me.
See somebody
Followers,
do
that's
something
what
you
you,
do.
okay. Everybody means different things, so I just clarified.
We got a lot of scene makers in here too.
Crybabies.
Childish.
Some of you guys have kids.
Act like they're shoe size instead of
Some of them.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, here's my thing. If we've got followers, then obviously we got some leaders in here, right?
a couple.
A couple. Okay. So that I've heard of the couple of leaders. Some aren't so positive, are they?
Yes.
Some leaders in here ain't positive.
Exactly. Some leaders, help get people through the ceiling, over into Miss Walker's office to steal the telephone.
Dang, who does that? That's wrong.
I already have my list, and I'll be discussing that with people later. But what does a leadership role mean? Okay, go ahead.
That you do what's right at all times, in front of your back and behind your back.
Mm-hmm. Do the right thing at the right times for the right reasons. Mm-hmm. So, how many leaders do you think we have in this unit?
I can't say. I might get beat up.
I would say I could think off the top of my head 5 people in here that the unit would consider leaders.
1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm. So, is this a time where we could be like, hey, you know what? I'm level 4. I'm about ready to be released. The unit considers me a leader. I'm going to step up, and instead of talking people into doing bad things, I'm going to keep people from doing bad things. Because don't you think with as many, you disagree with me? Oh, I think you tell me no. If you guys do disagree, raise your hand. It's an open discussion. Go ahead.
Really, I'm not here to. It's not my job to help nobody though. I'm here to do my own time. I'm not here to do somebody else's time and get them out. I'm here to get myself out.
But go ahead.
It is an individual growth plan.
It is like an individual program, and I'm not saying
Came in by yourself, you leave by
That's
yourself.
what it says in our paper. You look rough.
Growth plan.
exactly. And I'm not saying it's this, the leader, people who are seen as leaders in the unit. It is their personal responsibility for you, and you. But do you guys not agree that some of the people who are leaders, people look up to and want to be like them? So if they're doing their program, they're staying out of trouble, they aren't being disrespectful, is that going to be a good influence on the followers in the unit to not be disrespectful and to do what they're supposed to do? If your leaders are cutting it up and threatening people and I don't care, I'm going to do whatever I want, this place can't control me, what kind of example is that setting on some people who are easily, influenced by others?
Easy misled.
Mm-hmm. Easily misled by other things.
Remember.
So, even being an active leader role is just living each day in here doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know, or if you're one of those that want to reach out and help somebody, you see somebody acting up, and you know, hey, I can pull them aside, I can talk to them, it's going to be, you know, I can kind of help calm them down, take that step. You're all here, like you said, you came in alone, you're leaving alone, I'm here for myself. But kind of in a way, you're all in it together too.
Help each
I can't tell you what it's like to be in here. I can tell you what it's like to work in here, but I haven't lived 24/7 in here. I haven't been in handcuffs. I haven't been in front of a judge saying, you're going to the Department of Corrections.
Right.
Each one of you have been. Each one of you are in the same group, in the same boat.
Right.
So this is where you could kind of, you know, reach the hand out to one another and help. Just, if anything, just to be a supportive ear, or to not do silly things like throw toilet paper and steal officer stuff, act up, climb through the ceilings.
Throw trays.
I mean, honestly, how old do those behaviors sound? It sounds like there's somebody done by somebody who's 12 years old. How many of you are over 18? Mm-hmm. How many of you close to 19? Yeah. Some of you have children and still act like you're 3 years old. And it's hard. I mean, deep down you're teenage boys. Teenage boys horseplay, teenage boys play pranks, teenage boys do things to amuse yourself. But the same things that you might get away with outside of here can potentially become dangerous in Department of Corrections. If somebody's acting silly and running around and throwing toilet paper and doing things and stealing things and knocking the officer's hat off, and could that be dangerous to somebody else? How could it be dangerous?
Because that officer is there to protect you, and if they're getting beat up, a kid could be getting beat up too at the same time. They really.
I mean, it's true, and I've seen it before. I have seen where kids will go and distract the officer, do something to him, and really they could care less about that officer. It's to get everybody's eyes on that, so I can beat up somebody in room 3.
Really?
And nobody's gonna know what happened. They're gonna see he's marked up, but nobody saw it. You can't prove it.
Y'all way over here.
Exactly. We're all here to be safe, right?
Yeah.
We're all here to do our program and go home and not be here a day longer than we have to, right? So can we kind of agree that we're all in it together? Yeah? Okay. All right. New topic. Who has something they want to discuss and get out to the group?
You need to say.
Do you have anything you want to discuss and get out to the group?
Go home.
You just want to go home?
Don't get no majors. Shit.
How are things going with the whole racial tension in the
It's
unit?
better now that Clark and
Is it better now? Because I mean that was a problem for a while.
they know they don't want that.
Nah, they don't want that. I'm gonna keep it real.
So how did we fix that solution?
Leave the people that's safe right now and say,
Right.
don't bring them back to this unit.
Right. Let them people stay and save while we have time to go home.
Yup.
Then bring them out.
Because one person get to beat them up, everybody gets.
And it's not a game.
Okay, so the offenders that are currently in SAG,
I consider myself.
with them being gone, that kind of helps squash. We don't have the tension going on. We're all hugging each other and gonna be okay.
Yeah, I was sending them back and then they be doing stuff just to go back to SIG.
Yep.
They look funny.
Yup. Because they like it there. It's their vacation.
Atkinson, where he at?
Speaking of, oh my gosh, you're here. Say was full.
So, all right, so we're good on that. Does anybody have, because I know you all have issues you like to talk about. Trust me, I'm your counselor, I know, because you always come running to me. This is our time to get them out. So, I mean, we've had a rough 5 days. This is the time to say, let's get everything out and move on, so that way things are better. Go ahead, Edgar.
Yeah, my thing, these groups, man. Like, you was going for a whole week, and now it's a whole nother week of groups.
But remember, I told you, when I'm gone, those groups don't get held against you. We've still got our target date. Middle of April, be done. We'll be done. We got another group right after this. So you're cool. You're fine. But you gotta still do what you want to do. Go ahead, more.
I put a laundry request in 10 days ago. I still ain't got no shoes yet.
People just put out requests yesterday. They got
Fuck it. Yeah, I've been asking for like 10 days to get some shoes.
Let me see. Do you have any shoes?
No.
Mike.
Yeah, it's got some shower shoes on. It's kind of dingy, you know.
I can email Miss Drain. See what's going on with them. Huh?
So we gotta make it interesting.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
I'm talking about, okay, let's, besides the normal stuff,
whoa, I want to say
let's,
something.
okay, go ahead.
I don't have no clothes. I'm wearing his jumpsuit.
That's
And it's
some
too
bum.
big.
That's some bum status type
Look,
stuff.
look how big this is. This ain't my size. This is too big.
Well, no. Between Sergeant Barnes and Officer Seals, they're going to be doing the searches to make sure people have the clothes they're supposed to have. Oh, and that brought up my next topic. Gambling.
Cameron, why you do that?
I've gotten emails about certain offenders who go to school and all they do is talk about what they won in their gambling debts and who owes them what and who's doing what, and love to bring me in this and say that I told them they were allowed to bet. So, why is gambling against the rules here?
They're trying to set you up, Miss Roberts.
I know.
They get people messed up. They get people messed up.
Exactly.
It's okay. I know it's not true.
It's gonna happen because it's just how it is.
Ain't nobody stopping.
Yup.
They can do it on low.
They can try their hardest, but
They want to bet, let them bet, they get in debt, they get in debt.
But here's the problem I see. You get the person here who doesn't know how to stop. They're going to gamble and gamble and gamble and gamble and gamble. So then they lost all their snacks, they've lost all their main, they've lost their commissary, they've lost their clothes. So they are in debt so much that they can't pay back.
They just the debt.
But, do the flip side. So then they will come say, well, I'm being punked out of all my stuff. And get people in trouble.
that's when they go to SEG for PC a couple weeks, come back and still get beat up just the same as they would before they went.
But what is
They just
gambling
get it
going to help
twice
get you out of here?
Not SEG, not PC. You go to PC, you come back.
It's bad
Yeah, it's DOC. That's what happens when you're locked up.
Okay, but think about it. Jumpsuits, are they yours? Are they yours to give away?
Shit, if we buy them with our money off commissary, they ours.
I bought mine.
Your commissary. Do you think your parents are sending you money to gamble away your ramen noodles?
That's what they do.
But what kind of problems is this causing in the unit?
People get our money.
Yeah, but shit, if you bet with somebody, then that's your fault. If you choose to go, if I was like, I'm finna make a bet with you, and he said, all right, then that's both of y'all fault. If he lose, then that's on him.
But that's against
But
the
you
rules.
can't run and go tell nobody because
Okay.
It's rules staff don't even go by here. Shave.
So,
Like we ain't supposed to shave, but don't y'all make us. In the rule book it say we allowed to grow our beards no more longer than 3 inches, sideburns no more than 1. If y'all wanna get technical.
okay, but let me say something.
We get a crack.
So with gambling, by rule breaking, because you say that it's a rule, it's a rule, we're always gonna break it, doesn't matter. What?
That's our thing.
And you guys know how, you gotta get the shit to medical.
Look at, they don't give out medical restrictions because the doctor said that they don't do that. It's up to y'all. Look at this man bumps and shit. He bleeding all day because they making us shave. They don't care. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. They
Go to surgery, right?
You got anything to say, Ms. Barnes? They don't care that we don't bleed.
Policy number 1.
But you gotta fill out the medical form. I can't give you clearance not to shave. Sergeant Barnes can't give you clearance not to
They-
shave. Only person who can give you clearance not to
Hold
shave
on. Shh.
is medical.
They don't do that no more. The doctor, they don't give out
But
shaving
didn't they tell you,
restrictions.
or don't they at least tell you what to
No.
order?
about
Like the cortisone cream?
Yeah, but
Or the cortisone
some
cream.
people in here is less fortunate to order that.
Okay, and
If they want to stick by policy though, policy say that we don't have to though.
But I have a question. Here's my question. If you know
I'll mess around
You,
with the time.
okay, unless you're fortunate enough to have family or friends that send you money, you get your state pay, which isn't a whole lot.
Hold on.
Hold on, let me finish. So, if the doctor has told you, okay, you're gonna have to shave here, you got some bumps, you need to order cortisone cream off commissary, but you're like, I don't have money to do that, but you got money to order cookies.
Cookies on
Some people don't even order food here.
Exactly, but I've seen that. I've seen where people order
Some of them
cookies
don't even have money
and
to
then
order
complain
hygiene.
that they didn't have money to order the medicine they needed.
Some people don't even have money to hygiene, so
And that's something, if in that sense, you would be considered indigent, which means you can't afford to buy the stuff you need. You come to us, we can fill out the paper to get you your basic stuff you need.
He's got something.
Go ahead.
Hey, this is Bradley Amber.
Shh, let him speak, please.
There's also some staff, they like that you put some time off. Like 5, 6 hours at a time.
I know Miss Walker is looking into that. She's looking, you know, there have been statements to make sure. But hold on. Also look at the fact of the behaviors of some of you while you're in timeout.
All you gotta do is say one word wrong.
But sometimes I've seen people in there kicking, spitting, urinating,
it don't matter though.
yelling,
The
screaming.
superintendent put out, no matter what behavior, yeah, it's on the email, I read it in the shift office, that you don't be in timeout no longer than an hour. They have to release you.
Being timed out, if you in there being disruptive, your hour will be.
It don't say that, it don't say that.
Yes, it does.
You didn't read the whole email.
Yeah, I did.
So,
Right.
Signed Michael Jim.
so okay. But I'll tell you one thing right now. Safety and security, #1 goal in here. If you're doing something where you are going to be unsafe to staff, unsafe to others, we're going to have to take measures to make sure that you are safe.
If they put us in timeout and we do our hour, you know what I'm saying, and they still don't let us out, then that's when the kicking and banging come into place. Right?
When the last time you did a timeout?
I haven't, but I'm just saying. I'm just speaking now. This is a group discussion. I'm speaking on behalf of everybody, not just
All
myself.
I can say on that point is that there have been complaints of that. Ms. Walker's looking into it. So far, it has been found unfounded.
Good
So-
job, Spencer.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, it is being addressed. So, is there anything you guys want to say to one another?
I think you guys are doing a lot better as a unit, not getting in trouble every day.
Oh yeah, and I like that you helped me fill out grievances when I was getting battered by staff.
I got something to say. Besides that topic, Thomas Johnson did get his release today, and we'll be going home pretty soon. So that's very positive. So he's setting a good example for everybody. He did get his release today.
Very negative, very positive.
The camera will be going home Monday. So I encourage all y'all to
Safety
do
and
the same.
security is the #1 goal in here. Then why wasn't nothing done to those staff that dragged him into my room and beat him up? In handcuffs. They dragged him in my room from out here in my room, whooped his ass and dragged him back out.
It looked like 10 of us whooped you, and there was only 3 of them.
Wasn't that done?
I know they looked into it and they found that they had to restrain him
In my room?
because he was being assaultive to staff.
They do this.
Yes.
In the chair out here.
When I got dragged in this room, got my shit smashed off the floor and the wall.
That shit hurt, didn't it?
He did. He ain't do nothing but
And who
refuse
did
to get out
it?
the seat.
What's the
They him up.
officer's name who did it?
I've heard, so.
No, it was on this rotation.
Man, don't make it seem like it was them. It was Lockridge.
I didn't say.
But sometimes, you know,
I'm telling you, fuck, it was Lockridge.
It wasn't
When
Miss
you're-
Murray called the hit. Miss Murray called it. It was
Lieutenant Murray. That's what
no, I don't know.
you guys, listen, hold on.
Who else was?
When you are being disruptive to the safety and security of the unit, physical force can be applied. Okay, anything else we want to talk about? You guys,
Absolutely.
all right. If there's nothing else,
So what are y'all learning from being locked up in here? What is your purpose when you leave here?
Not to come back. Not to come
when you
back.
leave here, what are you guys going to take from being in here?
We gonna be smarter when we commit our crimes.
I'm going to job court. It's been one.
Cameron, what's your goal? What you gonna do when you leave here?
Get a job, don't come back.
That's
Be gay on that.
10.
Oh, no, that's me.
After me.
Be gay with you.
Commentator.
You gonna be my boyfriend?
Harry, what's your goal?
Going to college.
Good. Murphy, what's your goal?
Prison.
Amber, what's your goal? Hairdresser.
We said we weren't going to be
My
disrespectful.
boy just get out and say
Avery,
hi.
what's your goal?
Raise my daughter.
Good. Addison.
Get a job.
Right, what's your goal?
How you doing?
Jones.
Take care of my people.
Moore.
Be a thug.
Same thing.
Huh?
Same thing he said.
Shorty wanna be a
Same
thug.
thing what?
Take care of my people.
In what? Positive way?
It can be both if it's going down to.
Noonan.
Not going home.
Eventually, one of these days, you will have to go home. You can't be a juvenile forever.
Lean.
What is your goal?
Is it Lean?
Lean, go to prison.
Lean go? What is your goal?
I gotta get out of here first. I ain't got no goal.
Well, what is your goal when you get out of here?
Shit, I ain't got none.
So what is your goal now to get out of here?
Shit. Do 2 years.
Go ahead.
Just do 2 years and get out. Shit.
Okay. Brandon Taylor, in life for years. What's your goal?
Eat as much
What's your next step?
When I get out, I'm gonna try to get a job because I'm gonna be in another state. So I ain't gonna really know nobody. I'm gonna have new friends and stuff like that. So
Start over fresh,
I'm
huh?
gonna start over.
Start a new life.
Yeah,
Forgetting you.
get out of
What
the.
about you, Spencer? What's your goal?
I'm be hustling. No, I'm
Be a
just playing.
hustler?
No, I'm just playing.
What is your goal?
Watch your mouth, cuz.
Spencer,
We'll be banging in this group on national television.
you have so
No,
much
I'm
to say.
look.
What is your goal?
I'm about to say it right now. Can I get a chance? Look, go to college. Because I did graduate high school like 2 weeks ago.
He sure did.
Get a job.
Be somebody.
Take
Have
care of
anybody
my
been enrolling since y'all been here?
Want some
Like,
candy?
getting your stuff together?
Yeah.
Help
I'm
Rand?
just playing, bro.
Yeah, we have
When I
people
get
who
out-
have filled out the paperwork.
When I get out, I'm going to Lawrence Central High School. Yeah, it's not a game.
No, he didn't. But I know he didn't.
Look, it's Barnes. Mama Barnes. This is my mom, everybody. Yeah.
Call him out for me, please.
Officer Barnes,
Sergeant.
oh, Sergeant, I'm sorry. Sergeant Barnes, we noticed when we were in there, obviously you know a lot of these kids, you've been around these kids for some time. Tell us what it's like as a member of the staff working with this particular juvenile population.
Well, what I found with the older kids, the 18, 19-year-olds, they still have opportunity to get out of here and make some out of their life. So what I impact on them is structure, because I feel like if you don't have structure, you won't make it out there in society. So, I mean, it's been a really good experience. I have some really good kids over here. They have their moments, and that's fine because I have teenagers myself. So, but pretty much my thing is, if I could spare one kid in this facility, that I've accomplished one of my goals. So,
So many of them talk to us about the possibility of going to adult prison. Do you see that?
a lot of those kids are playing because they really don't know. I mean, they don't want to experience that. They was just probably having a moment at that time. A lot of them don't want to go. They don't want to be here, but some of them don't have other opportunities to go elsewhere. So we need to impact them while they're here because, like I said again, they still have the opportunity to go get jobs. They don't have a criminal background because it's not on their background because of their age. So if we can encourage them to do and be positive once they leave here, hopefully they will take that information and will take that experience and do well outside of here. So
You seem to do well with sort of tough love.
yeah, I'm very strict. I am, and I find that to be helpful. But I'm also loving because I still, as a mom, I still have that nurturing type of ability with these kids. So a lot of them look at me like Mama Barnes, or they look at me as a mother figure or whatever they need as far as support. So that's probably why the way that I structured my unit, I think that's probably why they're so compliant, because they need that. A lot of them don't have it, and that's what they're looking for when you see a bunch of women working in this type of environment.
Yeah, that was another, when I looked around in there, it was all women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all women.
Do they ever take advantage of that? Tell me about being a woman in that environment.
Well, you have to stand up for what is right, and you have to let these kids know that they need to respect you as a woman and not look at you as like what I want to say, where they womanizing you and think that they can disrespect you as young men. You need to make a point to let them know, hey, I'm a mother, I have kids of your age, and I'm here to help you, and that's it. You have to stand up for what you believe in, because if you don't, these kids will take advantage. I mean, a lot of them have missed girlfriends and all this other stuff, so they have emotions going on, and if you misrepresent yourself, you can easily get caught up. So over here, we try to stand with each other. It's all 4 women that work over here, and we all try to be consistent with these kids and not allow them to venture off into their minds going somewhere else. We could try to kind of keep them on the right path. So us having the structure and telling them to sit down, be quiet, you just like that motherly nurture that you have like your kids. Like you see everything, they like, Miss Burns, you got eyes in the back of your head, but you just have that knack. And I think with all of us over here, we all are parents outside of here. So we all work pretty good together. So that's what we stand for over here. We really do. We stand for structure. We stand for accountability. We stand for all of those things to help these kids when they get out.
You seem pretty adamant that they focus on their goals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do, because I want them not just leaving my unit, but leaving a facility with a goal in mind, what they want to do in life. And if they have a goal in mind, most likely they're going to pursue it. If they don't have a goal, they're going to do exactly what you said, go across the street, go to the big prison. And I don't want to see that. I really don't know. I mean, even if I had an ill feeling towards a kid that maybe gave me problems throughout their stay, I wouldn't want to see them leave here and get caught up somewhere else. You know what I mean? I would want to see them go to school. And like I always ask the kids, they always have me feeling like the financial aid and stuff. I like doing stuff like that. I don't mind, because I want to see them do well outside of here. I want them to know, give me a phone call, say, hey, Miss Barnes, I got a job, I'm in school, Then I know that what we're doing here is working.
Final question. Is it ever hard? I know the staff have been battered. Bad incidents. Is it hard to stay sort of calm and cool and even keel when something like that happens to one of your fellow staff?
That's never happened to me. No, I've never had an experience like that. Like any of these kids over here in this complex is really, like I said, we all are for each other. Once something happens, we all right there, and they all know that. So pretty much because they know that, they don't attempt to go in that direction. They may with other staff, and that's unfortunate. And even if I'm here on a different shift, they still, because of the respect level they have for me, because they know that I will assist. But I try to discourage that type of behavior, because I wouldn't want to see none of my staff injured, and I wouldn't want to see myself injured. I still got to go home with all my activity of my limbs. So therefore, we don't really have a lot of those issues in this area.
Have you ever been afraid?
When I first worked here, I was nervous, but as a mom and help raising 4 of my nephews, I already had the experience under my belt. I just had to come in here and kind of get to know the different personalities, and once I learned that, it was easy going for me. It really was. So,
You like your job?
I like my job. I was telling her, I said, I'm kind of getting burnt out. I want to do something else with the state, because I've been working with these kids for a long time, but it could be exhausting. It could be really exhausting, but yeah, I do. I enjoy working with the kids. If I didn't, I wouldn't keep coming back. I wouldn't come back to work. I wouldn't be here. I've been here for 4 years. I was here before that, 6 months before that. So if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be here. I definitely wouldn't. But I'm here because I feel like I can help some of these individuals, and like I said, that is one goal that I said that I will. One of my goals will be to accomplish that. It's one of these kids leaving here and doing well outside the facility. Thank you. Will you put me on camera?
We eventually get everybody. A bit about what brought you to Pendleton. What'd you do on the outside?
This time that I came here, it was for runaway, actually.
Run away from
I ran away from a placement in right outside of Fort Wayne. It was Columbia City. And me and my friend, we just thought it'd be a good idea to run away. So we ran away and then walked for about 2 days. Got to Fort Wayne and had somebody come and get me and take me to Ohio. And then from Ohio, I made my way back to South Bend so I could see my family before I turned myself in.
What'd your family think when they found out?
They were upset. They wanted me to do the right thing and turn myself in, but I knew. I got punished. I felt like I had a lot more responsibility than everybody else because I was the oldest kid at home. I had 2 younger sisters I had to look after and stuff like that. They were working most of the time, so I like babysit them, and I had to balance that between schoolwork and then when I got old enough, I tried to get a job. I was out looking for a job, but I just felt like I had a lot of responsibility, and when I got time to do what I wanted to do, I just went all out and did anything.
Like what?
Like doing drugs, stealing stuff out of cars, stealing cars. Any gang activity. I hang around people in gangs. Like I have a lot of friends that are in gangs and stuff like that.
What about you? What brought you to DOC?
Possession of stolen property, battery, and possession of a firearm.
You probably had people say, look at you, and they've never in a million years guessed that you. So what made you do it? Were you high, or were you involved drugs, or just felt like you were
Screw it.
Why? I don't get that. Were you mad at something?
No, somebody stole a motor. When you know the little mini bikes, somebody stole one of them. They sold it to me. I didn't know who stole it. Then I went to court for that, and then they sent me to a placement, and I got out of there like in 3 weeks, and then they sent me to. Then I did the battery. I battered the police officer, so I was locked in my juvenile for that, and I got out for a little bit, and that's when I got caught with a gun.
What were you gonna do with the gun? You know, a lot of people don't know what placement is. I know what placement is. But for people out there who don't know what placement is, can you kind of explain?
Treatment facility. A treatment facility. They try to get you treatment a step before here.
Were you surprised when you wound up here?
I wanted to come here.
Why?
Everybody else was here.
Want to go to Pendleton?
Everybody else was here.
Like who?
My cousins, all the people. I wasn't first here. I was at Plainfield, and I went from here to South Bend.
And then your cousins were already locked up here at Pendleton. Have you seen them since you've been here?
They're all home now.
So do you want to get out?
Yeah, all I gotta wait is my release papers to come back.
So when do you think you're gonna get out?
Whenever.
Where are you gonna go once you're out?
Kokomo, Indiana.
Back home? To your family?
My grandma, my mom.
How have your parents felt about all this? Do you think about that at all? Or?
My mom said I was gonna end up like my daddy and my uncles and my cousins anyway, so she said screw it.
Are they in prison? Well, it's not a very good thing to say. It's not a very good thing for her to say. Did that make you feel bad?
No.
Do you have any contact with your dad?
My dad's dead.
Did you grow up with him? Or,
I watched him die when I was 5.
What happened to him?
No one's talking about it.
Do you think that has something to do with how you ended up getting in trouble later? So how do you think it's going to be when you get out? Are you nervous to get out?
Yeah.
A lot of kids tell us they're afraid to kind of go back after try and make it all over again.
Yeah, because you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, your old friends will come back to you and like, oh, it's been a long time. Let's go do something that'll get us in trouble. You know, they'll want you to expect you to go right back out to doing what you were doing. But it's different. Like, I wanted to do good when I was out, but I knew a lot of people at the group home that I was at that was here. So they automatically expected me to do something. And I fell right back into it. I was only out for like 5 or 6 months.
Is it different though once you turn 18 because you know when you get out, you won't become a juvenile anymore, you'll become an adult? Does that matter to you guys?
Like, it does, but it's not as intimidating as it is if you haven't been locked up as a juvenile, because you think you know what's going to happen because you've already done this. Because here, I've been here altogether for 4.5 years, both times, and this is my 3rd time here. So like, I mean, it's not as intimidating as it would be if it was my first time or whatever, but it's still, I don't want to go, but if it happens, it happens.
Man, how do you come back to this place 3 times? You think that once you were here once, it'd be it.
I know, that's what I thought too, but
I never left. I've been here ever since 05.
You've been here since 2005?
Been here. I did a year in Plainfield until it shut down, and I came here and I went to South Bend for a week and I did some bad stuff and they sent me back here. And then that's when I came back here and I've been here ever since.
How'd you feel when you knew you were coming back?
Didn't care. South Bend was lame anyways.
Why?
It's bullcrap. It's a small facility and you know everybody in the facility.
What good comes out of being locked up?
like, there's things you can get, but it's like the good things, but you gotta want to get them before you can. They're there. The good things that you can get out of this facility are there. You just have to want to get them, and you gotta strive to get those. But if you don't want to get them, then they're not gonna matter. It doesn't matter. It's your perspective is how you want to be.
Don't you guys go stir crazy in here?
Miss Seals, I'm out.
What is that?
I mean, like, don't you feel like the walls are closing in on you? You only see.
JCAT?
What's that?
Claustrophobic?
Yeah.
No, at first I did.
Like how I feel is there's always something to do. Like, it may seem boring, but there's always something that you're like willing to do to stir something up. Like, if you want to do something, you're gonna do it. And if you're bored, you're gonna do something that's exciting, so it's not so boring. And that's just how everybody does it. Except for the people that want to go home, they just sit back and listen to their radio and watch TV all day.
Any final words you guys want to say before anything you want people to know about kind of what it's like and how you feel being in here as long as you've been in here?
If you can avoid it, avoid it. That's the only thing I have to say.
Not a place to be.
Not a place to be.
Stay out.
Stay out. You ready to go home?